Happy National Mole Day, everyone. Did you know that there's 7 different types of mole in Oaxaca? My story is from WLWT5 in Cincinnati, Ohio by Danielle Dindak. The headline is, residents found coupons for marijuana in mailboxes throughout northern Kentucky. Currently, recreational and medical marijuana are illegal in the Bluegrass State. On Monday, Teresa Werner was surprised when she went through her mail. I got an advertisement. It was addressed to resident, and so I figured they just got a list of Kentucky people and figured they might be crossing the bridge, Werner said. The flyer was from Queen City Cannabis, offering 20% off an order at the dispensary in October. Queen City Cannabis has 2 locations in Harrison and Norwood. WLWT received reports that flyers were found in the mail in Covington, Villa Hills, Highland Heights, and Southgate. Northern Kentucky resident Tim Jordan did not check his mail, but is well versed on the laws on his side of the river when asked what he will do if he gets in the mail. Throw it away, Jordan said. Werner recalls questions swirling in her mind when she saw the flyer. What are the laws? Werner said. I couldn't tell if it was medical only and if I had to get a medical card. Then what would happen if I brought it back? Crossing from Ohio to Kentucky with marijuana over the bridge could mean finding yourself on a bridge over legal troubles. According to Campbell County Attorney Steve Franzen, as of today, there is no legal recreational or medical possession of marijuana in Kentucky. If we were to have probable cause to pull you over while you're in Kentucky and you did have, whether it's medical or recreational, you are in possession of marijuana. That's not legal in Kentucky, Franson said. Last November, Issue 2 passed by a wide margin in the Buckeye State and gave the green light to recreational cannabis. About 8 months later, in August, products hit the shelves at dozens of dispensaries catering to anyone 21 or older. They can use it in Ohio as long as they stay in Ohio. They cannot bring it back into Kentucky, Franson said. Over in Kenton County, Commonwealth Attorney Rob Sanders weighed in on the issue. If you go to Ohio to buy weed, stay there because it's still illegal in Kentucky and we don't want anyone driving high, Sanders said. No matter what side of the Ohio River you are on, Franson warns, you cannot be driving your vehicle under the influence of medical or recreational marijuana. I don't care who you received it from. I don't care how many doctors have authorized it. The headline is, residents found coupons for marijuana in mailboxes throughout northern Kentucky. And my take on this is when you travel with cannabis, the laws don't travel with you. It's legal in another jurisdiction is not a good defense. And also, don't put stuff in mailboxes. That's a federal violation and could trigger the attention of the U.S. Postal Inspector Service. So, bad idea to put stuff in mailboxes without paying for postage. This is Omar Figueroa, lawyer, publisher, Ganjier instructor, reporting from Sonoma County, California, the traditional territory of the Pomo, Miwok, and Wapo nations, for High at 9, high noon Eastern.
Remember Bloody Island there, Omar.
That's right.
The probable cause, if we find probable cause, listen, they can find probable cause, and I'll repeat what I've taught my children and heard Omar say, don't break more than one law at a time, you dumbass. You're going to haul weed back, don't have an expired plate, too much tint on your window. For goddamn sure, don't smoke in your car, you knucklehead. Okay, so they're going to manufacture probable cause, and right, the laws don't follow you from one jurisdiction to another. You come across that bridge, and you got a trunk full of weed, and they find a way to stop you. You're going to be eaten with a spork for a while.
Isn't this the same state that
THCA flower?
Isn't this the same state that was going to address upcoming lack of inventory with telling residents they could in fact cross state lines?
That was
and
the
bring
governor.
back...
Yeah, that was the governor that was telling his citizens that they could.
Well, I need them to stop speaking out of both sides of their mouth because it's fucking confusing.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
the right hand
really,
doesn't know what the right hand is saying.
Really, the governor should
is
have never
telling
said
people
that.
It's okay, and now the sheriff is saying it's not
and
okay.
The governor knows that it's not okay. All right, he's not an idiot. He knows
Well,
this.
the jury's out on that. I don't know.
And so
Fair enough.
basically,
Fair point,
they're
Dale.
leaving
Fair
it to
point.
the cops to enforce the law whenever they feel like it. And if you look like you're well connected, like you might know the governor, they ain't gonna fuck with you. But if you're not well connected, it's cops' discretion.
We know how that
brown people again.
I was going to say we know how that discretion has been applied historically, so that's not
right.
It's not
in
exactly
Kentucky.
Yeah, in Kentucky of all.
Driving while black.
Man, oh man, oh man. I just, I mean, mailers in your mailbox, weed advertisements.
I mean, if you're going to do that, just do it
say-
through the postal service. I've gotten flyers in my mailbox here in Austin, Texas, for coupons for THCA flower that I can order online or go to a smoke shop and buy. You can get away with it. You just have to use the Postal Service official marketing where you target a zip code or an area. You can just do that.
Yeah.
Well,
good.
first of all, technically you shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
Because we have a burden of proof to show that the viewership of this marketing campaign is of a certain age, right? So I just think like dropping off mailers, first of all, people are throwing that shit in the trash. You're killing unnecessary trees when you're like, this is just, there's so many reasons why not to, right? When Artistry opened, I lived in West Hollywood. We all got spam on our fucking doors. Guess where it went? In the trash. I saw it floating down the gutter. Like, you need to be able to prove that you're marketing to adults, not children. And I understand this for the adults in the household. But kids check the mail. It's exciting to check the mail when you're a little kid, right? And so, like, I'm pulling out something that's colorful and bright. You just advertised to my 12-year-old about weed.
Well, I think the way the Postal Service provides their metrics, their demographic information, I think there's some degree of data there that allows you to make sure that you're in compliance with those exposure rules.
Interesting.
I mean, look, if you can make a billboard, we have billboards all over our
envelope. Yes, but if it's just like a postcard style where you can't control who the message goes to, if it's inside an envelope and it's addressed to an adult, absolutely you can comply with those demographic 21 and over requirements, right?
Can you make the same argument about a billboard though?
Yes, absolutely.
There's cannabis billboards all over California.
Yeah, but those are all on highways.
It's ridiculous.
Those are all on highways, not public roadways. So
highways are public roads.
No. I mean, there's all these like audience composition rules that are not enforced on the billboards.
Because a lot of them are written in a way that says you have to show by some measurable metric that the exposure is whatever 75% of people the age of 21.
State funded highways, okay, and then there's a rule that of how many drivers there are that live in this area. There's a metric that they come up with to prove that. It's not that difficult. So,
yeah. And my point is that you can make the same exact calculation with where people that have houses and are residents of a particular neighborhood. You can show by some metric.
I'd say every single one of them, because it's not like kids are living in their own homes without parents.